On February 19, 1946, the Tulsa World published a picture of Cyrus Avery holding a plaque on which the following poem was inscribed. The original plaque was mounted on the upstream rail of the bridge, but is rumored to have been removed during World War II to prevent its disappearance and conversion to scrap. The whereabouts of the original plaque are unknown today. However, the original bolt locations can still be seen on the bridge railing. The poem reads, "The Bridge Builder. An old man going along highway came at the evening, cold and gray, to a chasm vast and deep and wide. The old man crossed in the twilight dim. The sullen stream had no fear for him, but he turned with the sail of the other side and built the bridge to span the tide. Old man," said the fellow pilgrim near, "you are wasting your strength in building here. Your journey will end with the ending day. You will never again pass this way. You've crossed the chasm deep and wide. Why would you build this bridge at eventide?" The builder lifted his gray head. "Good friend, in the path I have come," he said, "there followeth after me today the youth whose feet must pass this way. This chasm that has been not to me, to that fair-haired youth may a pitfall be. He too must cross the twilight dim. Good evening, I am building the bridge for him." Anonymous. Cyrus Avery Route Memorial Bridge. The original 11th Street Bridge was constructed in 1916 as a Highway 64 crossing the Arkansas River and as the way to connect downtown Tulsa with the rich oil fields of the west of the river. Unlike most bridges of the day, the beautiful Art Deco structure was not made with steel and wood, but was constructed with steel-reinforced concrete. At that time, it was the only concrete bridge west of the Mississippi River. The 1916 bridge carried one lane of automobile traffic on each side of the railroad track located in the middle of the structure. In 1934, a second structure was constructed on the downstream side of the original arch bridge. The two structures were connected through a common deck that widened the bridge to accommodate 4 lanes of vehicular traffic. 1926, the 11th Street Bridge proved to be instrumental in Cyrus Avery's successful attempt to align the highway from Chicago to Los Angeles through Oklahoma and his beloved city of Tulsa. That highway would later be designated as Route 66. For more than half a century, the arch bridge served as an integral part of the historic highway before the construction of Interstate 44 diverted most travel. By the late 1970s, the bridge was in such disrepair that it became unsafe for vehicular traffic. The city of Tulsa subsequently constructed a new bridge downstream of the 1934 structure, and in 1980 closed the old bridge to traffic. In 1996, the 11th Street Bridge, comprised of both 1960 and 1934 structures, was listed on the U.S. Department of Interior's National Register of Historic Places. In 2004, the 11th Street Bridge was officially named the Cyrus Avery Route 66 Memorial Bridge by the Tulsa City Council. Visitors today can still enjoy the beauty of the Art Deco arches and the railings constructed so many years ago by standing at the northwest corner of the bridge and looking west across the Arkansas River. Cyrus Stevens Avery was elected Tulsa County Commissioner in 1913. The following year, he helped organize the Albert Pike Highway Association and was president for 9 years, during which the association developed Highway 64 from Colorado Springs, Colorado to Hot Springs, Arkansas. In 1921, he became president of the Associated Highways of America and was influential in the construction of the highways across the nation. In 1924, Avery was appointed as State Highway Commissioner in Oklahoma, and he became the chief agent in creating the state highway system. In 1925, Avery was appointed consulting highway specialist to the U.S. Bureau of Public Roads and was tasked with the creation of a national highway system and the assignment of the numbers to those highways. In influence and efforts of the Bureau created a highway that stretched across 8 states and 3 time zones from Chicago to Los Angeles, a road that would later become known as Route 66. In order to demonstrate the feasibility of going through Oklahoma instead of a route further north, Avery took the members on a Route 66 commissions across the state board to the Pickwick bus line, the forerunner of the Greyhound, which provided a 26-passenger bus through the service through Oklahoma. At the end of the trip, Avery and the other members of the commission stood next to the bus for a photograph with Avery and holding a Route 66 sign. Thus, Cyrus Stevens Avery became known as the father of the Route 66. Cyrus Avery was a civic leader who had progressive ideas and sponsored many innovative projects. Avery, a board member of and or supporter of numerous projects in Tulsa and Tulsa County. Those projects included the Tulsa Municipal Airport, Tulsa's Mohawk Park, Tulsa's International Petroleum Exposition, and he also served on the Tulsa Water Board and was instrumental in the development of the city's Spavinaw water system. Cyrus Stevens Avery died in Tulsa on July 2nd, 1963 at the age of 91. East meets west. The historic Cyrus Avery Route 66 Memorial Bridge is the point where east meets west on the Mother Road, the point of the road where the landscape begins and change, and the road seems to stretch in anticipated its long journey to California. The historic bridge also served as an early means connecting a thriving downtown Tulsa east of the Arkansas River to the vast wealth of the oil fields in West Tulsa. Emerging as the oil capital of the world, Tulsa was also creating a cultural identity through the arts and the architecture. The sculpture before you reinforces the idea that Route 66 in general, and the bridge in particular, is where East met West, the old met new, and the past met the future. The sculpture represents a fictitious but probable encounter between Cyrus Avery and his wife Essie and their daughter Helen, riding in vintage Model T. Leaving downtown Tulsa, the Avery family encounters a horse-drawn wagon coming from the west Tulsa oil fields. As was typical for the changing era, the horses reared in fright, leaving both drivers struggling to navigate the bridge.